Yo, what is good guys, it's Jacob from Tiny Tapes here, bringing you guys a brand new tutorial. Today we're going to be going over how to download and use my scan overlays pack, which is on my website. If you guys don't have that already and you want to go check it out, I'll give you guys a 15% off code that you can use to download the pack and get yourself a little discount. We also have merch on the website as well if you guys want to go support us. Either way, editing packs, merch, all that supports us, so we're able to go on all these trips to shoot all these videos. For example, for Maddox, which I'm going to be showing you guys as the example footage in this video, Candy Paint, Ty Fontaine, all these other big rappers. I'm just trying to build my way up in this industry, and I'm going to be taking you guys along the journey as well. So yeah guys, let's get right into this video. Once you guys download the scan overlays pack, you guys will have this .rar file. If you guys do not have a .rar file extractor, you guys need to go download one. It's either WinRAR on Windows or File Archiver on Mac. Once you guys have your .rar file extractor installed, you're going to want to open up the file there, and then you can drag and drop this Scan Overlays Pro wherever you want. For the sake of this video, I'm going to put it on my desktop, but I recommend you put it in your effects folder. If you don't have one of those, go make an effects folder. I'm going to be making a YouTube video really soon breaking down my workflow. Alright, so once you extract the file, you're going to want to open that up. And then as you can see here, we have 8 different options: scribbles, Chinese, house plans, technical, sound, 3D models, and then 2 bonus options as well. I'm going to open up my Premiere here. To get the scan overlays into Premiere, you can do one of 2 things. You can either drag and drop it just like that, or you can right click, import, and then find it that way. I already have it in here because I did it earlier. The effect that we're going to be breaking down today is this little transition here, and I'll be doing it for the rest of these clips here. Alright, so this is the first one right here. I'll play it through for you guys. Just like that, a quick zoom in, rotate transition. So what I'm using for this is I dragged and dropped the overlay in just like that, and then I decided to add a little motion as well and an adjustment layer. So I'm going to be breaking down how to do that on the next clip right here. Find the overlay of your choice. So for this one, let's say I want to do handwritten. I'm going to drag and drop that. And as you guys can see, it has a black background. So the way to fix that is you want to go over to effect controls, and then I recommend putting it on linear dodge add. So what that does there is it gets rid of the black background. All of these overlays are 4K. So if you're working in a 1080p timeline, scale it down 50%, and now it's at the actual size. You can either do it there by changing the scale to 50, or you can right click on the clip and you can set to frame size just like that. So let me play this out for you guys. So that was already pretty sick as it is. I'm just going to tweak it a little bit and add my touches to it. I really don't like having it play that long, and I don't really like the speed of it either, so I'm going to speed it up to 150. Let's see how that looks. Looks pretty good. And I'm going to drag it to about there. The next step, you guys don't have to do this. This is already fine as is. What I like to do as well is you go into your project, you right click, you do new item, adjustment layer. If you guys haven't used adjustment layers before, I'm going to be creating a whole tutorial soon explaining what they do, how to use them, how to benefit with them, and make your workflow even faster. So we're going to create the adjustment layer there and drag and drop it on top of the clip. Going to cut it so it's the exact size of the clip. And then what we're going to do next is we're going to be going over to effects and then search transform. It's the second one here. You want to drag and drop on the adjustment layer. And then we're going to go over to effect controls and splice this up. So you want to set the timer for scale and then for rotation as well. I recommend putting your shutter angle all the way up at 360. That's what's going to give you the motion blur edges when you do the zoom ins. So we like to go to about halfway, and then we'll bring the halfway to about 300. So it's going to zoom in 3 times, and then we're going to go to the very back of the clip, or the very end of the clip. Copy that keyframe at the front, drag it to the very back. So what I'm doing here is I have the scale at 100 for the first keyframe, then it goes to 300 halfway through the clip, and then back to 100 for when the clip ends. So I'll play this out for you. So it's a little bit fast. I like it. I would probably use that in a video, but I love the way how it zooms in on the overlay as well. If we were to put the adjustment layer below the overlay, it would look like that, which is fine as well if you guys want to use that. Either way, whatever you guys like the most. I want you guys to take this tutorial and cater it to however you're going to use the effect and however you like it. So I'm going to play that just like that. I like the way that one looks, so we're going to leave that there. Let's move on to the next one here. So this is the transition itself. Goes from regular right to slow shutter. So for this one, I think I'm going to let's use technical. This one here, pretty cool. Bunch of computer code. Once again, right click, scale to frame size because we're in a 1080p timeline. and these overlays are 4K. So if you're in a 4K timeline, you don't have to worry about that. And then once again, we're going to be going over to effect controls, change that to linear dodge add, and then we'll play that through. That's already fine as is. I think it's a little bit slow, so I'm just going to speed it up by right clicking, speed and duration, change that to 150, and drag that back on top of the clip. See how that looks. You can get really picky about how you're going to use this. I really don't like how these last 2 frames on the overlay are filling up the whole screen. And then see how the ones at the beginning, I guess that one is open. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click, speed and duration, reverse the speed so it completely reverses the clip. I like that better. I like how it kind of opens. I know it's a super tedious thing, but I'm very picky about my small details. So yeah, just like that, that can already work as a transition there. What I'm going to do, you can just drag and drop this overlay. And then what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to copy this adjustment layer. I'm holding Alt on my keyboard, clicking and then dragging, just like that, extend it. And then as you can see, it's not exactly, I'm just going to zoom in on this here. This is our effects tab. I'm just zooming in by certain things by pressing the tilde key on my keyboard. The top left, just under escape. So as you can see, this is the end of the adjustment layer here. And since I extended it, we're going to extend these as well. We just want to make sure we get this in the middle. So we're going to go to the middle of this clip here. Click back on the adjustment layer. There we go, and that's in the middle. And let's see how this looks. That was cool there. If you guys want to add a little bit more style to these, I'm gonna go over to effects and then let's add a little glow. So let's search glow here. If you guys have Sapphire, I recommend using Sapphire glow. But if you guys don't have Sapphire, VR glow works as well. Just gives it a little bit more, makes it glow. And then you guys can add flicker as well if you have Sapphire. And what that does, it just makes it flicker. And then add that with the adjustment layer with transform. Looks sick. And then same thing for this last clip here, the last one I'm going to be doing. For this one, let's use Chinese like we used in the first example. So let's go over to our project, scan overlays, Chinese, and then I like this one here. So let's use this. Once again, right click, scale the frame size. Got about that size there. I like the way that looks. Go over to effect controls, linear dodge, play that through. It's filling the whole screen, so we're going to fix that by, once again, holding Alt, clicking, dragging the adjustment layer, and see how it's not the same size as this one. So what we want to do this time is we want to go to the very end where our overlay ends, and we're going to drag that ending to there, and then crop that, just so it's at the end. And then we're going to go right to the middle and drag that one to the middle, and then we'll play that through. I like that. I also just noticed I haven't been doing the rotations even though I keyframed them at the beginning. So I'll just do it in the last example here. So since you're zoomed in at 300, you can rotate like however you want. I think like 30 is going to be more of a look, honestly. Just a little bit of rotation. Just like so. And you guys don't even have to use these adjustment layers. You can just do them with the overlays themselves. It's totally up to you. I just thought I'd give like a little bit extra sauce just in case anybody wants to like spice it up a little bit more than just the overlays, because I feel like overlays are fire, but they're a little bit overplayed. So I like using a little bit of movement to spice them up, especially with the motion blur. So once again, remember, if you want to get that motion blur, put your shutter angle up at 360. That's the highest it goes. So if you want to have less motion blur, obviously bring it down. 0 is going to be no motion blur, as you can see on there. And then when you turn it up, you get the motion blur. You guys can see on the edges here, and then once again 0, no motion blur, motion blur. Alright, so that is pretty much it for this tutorial. If you guys liked it and you want to see more tutorials just like this, make sure to leave a thumbs up and give me some tutorial ideas in the comments below. Once again, if you guys do not have this pack and you want to go cop it, link to cop it is in the description below, and I will be giving you guys 15% off with this code here. We also have merch on our website if you guys want to go support us, and we got a Patreon coming soon. We're going to be going super hard with the tutorials going in the next couple of months, so make sure you guys turn on that notification bell so you guys can stay updated and keep up with the newest sauce. Anyways guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.